And welcome to Discovering Erica. I know it's been a minute since we have had some time together. Last week, I ended up skipping because I had a toothache that landed me in the emergency room. And then 2 days later, I had to have my tooth extracted. So, feeling a little self conscious about that because I'm missing another tooth on this side, but it had completely broke and I was in a lot of pain. So, I'm happy to be on the other side of that and feeling a lot better that I could go ahead on and do a live tonight. I'm starting a little early because I wanted to be able to give people a chance to get notified and get into the chat, and maybe we can start our talk. This one, I want to kind of personalize it a little bit. It's a journey that I've started, and I kind of want to share with you. And it could be for solo travelers, or it could just be for someone who is living by themselves, right? So, what I'm aiming to do is kind of improve my mood through what it is that I am eating to kind of help with my self worth. So, as you all know, this last month, I'm not gonna lie to you, has been really difficult, and I've been in and out of these spells of depression, where you get to the point where you just don't want to do anything. And if I am breaking up or you can't hear me, let me know so I can adjust this right now. I was so sad to see my last video be so choppy. So if there's an issue with this one, let me know and I will fix it right away. So let me move this out of the way. Hi, Judith. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to see you guys. And so I was telling you that tonight we're going to be talking about wellness, foods, and improving our mood. My mood has been very crappy. Um, I miss my man. We've been together 20 years, sewn at the hip. So it's been a really, really hard transition this last month. It's been a month, you guys. And so my mood has very much dipped. I've been feeling really depressed, sad. It's kind of lonely being here by yourself. And so we're going to be talking about that this afternoon. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Jocelyn. Welcome, you guys. And so today, like I said, we're going to be talking about things that we can, how ways that we can improve our mood because I'm working on this. This is my journey that I'm taking, and I'm going to take you along with me. All right. So there are certain foods that you can eat that will help improve your mood. Foods rich in the omega-3 and fatty acids like salmon, walnuts, flax seeds. Also, fruits and veggies, believe it or not, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, anything with berry is always going to be great for your heart. And then lone proteins like tofu, beans, poultry. And I'm working, I still enjoy a good piece of chicken every now and then, but for the most part, I'm trying to wean myself off of all meat and just live a wholesome vegetarian diet. So I'm working on that. And so I started looking at all this stuff because I'm saying, you know what? This sadness is kind of overtaking me. And it was like, everybody's telling me, well, it's kind of situational. Your situation is kind of tough right now. And I know it is. But it's been kind of hard for me to crawl out of this funk. So I said, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to execute a plan. And the plan is I'm going to start with what it is that I'm eating because normally when you're by yourself and it doesn't change whether you're in an apartment, in a house, or in a camper, being a solo traveler, when you're by yourself, you tend to gravitate towards comfort foods, things that bring you comfort or warm memories. It's nothing to crawl up in the bed and want to eat some ice cream or snack on some cookies or some chips and dip or whatever it is that you're used to. And then you do that night after night and day after day. And next thing you know, you've gained 20 pounds. And so I don't want to be sad and heavier. So I'm embarking on this and I wanted to share it with you guys because I think it's very important that a lot of us are now solo travelers, whether you had a spouse and they passed away, or you like me, you split up from your spouse, and now you're trying to figure out life by yourself or on the road, and it's so easy to eat junk and convenience food. So simple meal planning. So if I know that I need to do things that's going to help improve my mood and help me not to be so depressed and give me some energy, then I want to start doing my meal prep with stuff that's going to help me with that. That's going to help me keep my mood up. So I made myself some notes because I don't want to yep, I don't want to forget anything. So simple meal prep. So I want to make sure that I'm using some chards and some bok choy, leafy greens. They're good antioxidants. It's good for your body. It's good for your brain health. It's good for your blood and all that good stuff. And so when you start to feel good, your mind becomes clear. You start to want to be able to do more things. Cooking, like I've learned to now cook smaller meals. Before I was cooking for f- five children and me and him, so seven, and then it was for the boys, and then it was for me and him, and so now I'm learning to scale back my portions and learn how to cook smaller portions because of the simple fact is it's just me. So I do this. I cook my rice, I have my beans, I cook all that stuff, and then I divide it up so when I'm finished working during the week and I don't feel like coming home and having to cook, I can pull that out, heat it up, and maybe add something to it. So I'm thinking about that. The less I buy, the more trips I make to the store, but it says it's good socialization. So for us that live alone, we tend to hark hanker down inside of our house, right? We don't want to go out or like me, I don't have very many friends. And when I say friends, I know people who are watching this that consider themselves my friend. But I'm talking in the way of we go out to lunch or they call me, I call them. They come to my house, I go to their house. Our lives are intertwined. I don't have anybody like that. And so going out becomes important because you need to be around people, and that's a mood booster, whether you just talk to the person that's stocking the fruit or you see somebody with a nice dress on, or you just learn how to still communicate with people outside. Now sometimes I have panic attacks, and that's why I pretty much take Noodle everywhere I go. And so if the store is too full, it's just too much for me. It becomes overwhelming. And I usually try to go early in the morning or or late in the evening. So you can work that out on what works best for you. Mindful eating practices. So when I'm sad or I'm home by myself, I need to have a hobby that I can go to that's not eating, right? And so as it gets warmer and camping season starts to kick in, we'll be able to get out more and do some more hiking and some more walking, and then you get to meet people in the campground, and and you be able to do more outside things and you're not inside. Food would not be my go-to response because right now it's not, but it is, right? One of those things where you food connects happy memories for a lot of people. And so you tend to eat things that bring back the nostalgia of those memories. So they're saying do mindful eating, kind of ask yourself, why am I eating this now at this time? What am I feeling? Kind of address the feeling versus masking it with food. And what's the other one I wanted to talk about? Hydration. If you're dehydrated, it saps out all your energy, right? You get tired, you don't want to be bothered. And if you're staying hydrated and you're eating foods that give you that are water, like so char is one of those plants that holds water. Broccoli's like that too. You can strain broccoli to death, and when you cook it, you got a pool of water in the bottom of your pot. So the key is to find these foods that will be rich mood boosters and not just sitting down and enjoying cookies and chips and snacks and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying those things all the time make you crash. When you eat it, you feel sluggish. And for me, sometimes I feel guilty after I've eaten it, right? I sit there and I'm like, why did you just eat that? So for me, I want to try to address my feelings. it's okay to be sad, right? It's okay to struggle. It's okay to do these certain things. Sometimes it's okay to have some comfort food. But what I'm trying to share with you guys is my goal is not to make that the focal point of my sadness, my go-to thing. Noodle, he's up on the bed sleeping. Come here, Noodle. Come here. Come here. They want you to make a cameo appearance. So, one of the things I just wanted to share with you is some of the stuff that I'm learning, that I'm wanting to be more intentional about my diet, whether it's eating fruits and switching out the chips, whether it's be eating more leafy greens with my dinner, whether it's meal planning, whether it's purposely finding things that I can do that will bring me joy instead of, or distraction instead of that. And this summer, I really want to be more intentional about making meaningful relationships, because I'm really bad with that. And so, if you got a chance and you saw my channel, I had a few people unsubscribe because they did not like my reel. But my reel was me being real. I am trying to get myself together, and I know that one of you guys, one of my subscribers, said, "Hey, you should do a GoFundMe so all of us can help." You got almost 2,000 subscribers. All of us could do a little something to help, and that'll give everybody the opportunity to do so. So that's why I started that. Um, I'm trying to get this where I'm rethinking what my channel is going to be about. I don't want the invasiveness of it being about my everyday life, but at the same time, that's my journey, right? My journey is trying to figure out what to do with what I have. And so today's journey is, how can I improve my mood, right? I don't want to give it to the sadness. I don't, it's okay to go through those process, but at some point you have to be like, okay, it's time to get up. It's time to let that go. It's time to move on. And if I'm eating things that make me feel yucky in the inside, or bring on guilty feelings, then that's not improving my mood. I want to eat things that give me antioxidants, things that make me give me energy, things, and in the process you start to lose weight. So I'm gonna do Thursday. I'm gonna do a video, and it's gonna be cooking some chard with some bok choy and some cabbage and some rice and a veg. It's gonna be a vegetarian dish, and I want to try some new things and give you some new things to try. One of the ladies that I've met on my travels, she has a Facebook page. It is called Van Life Pantry, I think, and they post some really good recipes in there and talk about how to eat healthy on the go and in a van. And so I really enjoy that group because it really does give you some ideas on how to cook certain meals that are not fast food or junk or just meat, or sandwich. Because lately I've been eating sandwiches. Like, I come in and I just have a sandwich and a couple pretzels, and that's it, right? And so it's like, okay, I want to feel better. I don't want to stay here in the state of tears, because when you're by yourself, you start thinking and you start rethinking and rehashing things and situations, and it's like, you can't live like that. You can't live in your thoughts. So this is my way of starting. I'm starting with my trying to improve my mental health through my diet. I'm wanting to let go of things that already are not doing my body any favors, and embrace things that is going to help me on my wellness journey. And my wellness journey is mind, my body, and my spiritual connection with the Lord. So I want all that stuff to be on the right direction. And I know that with my situation with this truck, and trying to get the truck paid and caught up and trying to get it fixed because it's breaking down on me and all this stuff. Oh my goodness. Today, I was like literally just tears running down my face because I thought I had a pipe leak in the house. I got up this morning to go to work and I looked at the ground and I'm looking around. I'm like, man, there's no water up under anybody else's camper but mine. And it was like puddles of water. And so I had to wait till the sun came up. So when I came back home early, and it's just pouring out. I mean, like just coming out. So I called my neighbor, and he came over, and the lady that works here that I've became friends with, she came over, and we're standing outside trying to figure it out. And I'm just tears. And they're like, it's going to be okay. We're going to figure out where it's coming from. And I'm like, a leak? I can't afford a leak. How am I going to fix this? I'm already behind in my truck payment. It's time for the insurance. It's time. I got to get it fixed. I need tires. I got to try to get out of here. And how can I fix now the house? And so it was just like really overwhelming me all at once. And come to find out, the holding tank was full of water. And so whenever the shower, when I turn it on, and they have a valve that you can push forward, that it stops the water from running into the house, but it then reroutes it to that tank. Well, it had filled up the holding water tank. And that was like spew. It wasn't like jetting out, but it was enough to where it was flowing out consistently and dropping to the ground. So I had to turn on the pumps and like pretty much bleed the water all out of the tank, make sure the line was empty, waited for a little while, make sure nothing stopped dripping, and it stopped dripping. And then then we had to turn the water on back outside, let it go through the line, just kind of make sure that it wasn't filling up that tank, and it wasn't a line that was broken and rerouting water where it shouldn't be. Excuse me. Rerouting water where it shouldn't be, and that took care of it. And I was like counting my blessings today. I was like, Lord, I cannot afford one more thing on my plate. And I couldn't afford for a pipe to be burst, because we're in Tennessee, but the weather here is ridiculously bipolar, right? One day it's nice and sunny and it's like 57, 60. And then by that night, it could be 32 degrees and the water just freezes up again and it's cold. And so it goes hot, cold, hot, cold. And so what I need to do, and I'm gonna have to stick this on my little wish list. I need a heated hose. And that will kind of cure thinking that I can fill up that tank and use that water when it freezes, because I don't really need that water when I'm hooked up to the city water. And so I need to get a heated hose, and I know they run about $70, $80. And my goodness, that would just help a lot. Um, let's see what's going on in the chat. Wow, that is awesome. Last time I went to the doctor, they told me I was borderline diabetic, and I had to just kind of let certain things go. Like I don't drink soda anymore. I don't drink tea or any. I like hot tea, but I don't put anything in it. So there's I don't put sugar in it or anything. It's just straight tea, and so I enjoy that. I just want to feel better. I just want to feel better. I just want to have energy, and I want to be able to just feel good, right? And so with a lot of things on your shoulders, it's kind of hard to just feel good. And so you have to start cutting certain things out that compile on top of that doesn't help. So I've pretty much given up a lot of stuff. And I'm just trying to supplement those things with education and try to stick with this. So I'm going to need you guys' help sticking with this newfound. Well, it's not newfound. It's for this new start, because I knew about it, but I'm educating myself more on it, and I'm no guru on this at all. I'm simply sharing with you as a person who lives alone, to other people who may live alone or maybe don't live alone, but just good information on things we can do if you struggle with your mood and you're struggling with um, mental health wellness. Because believe it or not, things you eat can cause you to have brain fog or feel worse. And so what I'm trying to do is release that valve on feeling worse. And so if that means cutting back on a few things, changing my diet a little bit, eating some more raw, I like raw broccoli, right? So eating some raw broccoli, if it's carrots, I hate celery, so that'll never happen. Stuff like that. supplementing those things to eat it to feel better, then I'm ready to try that. And the byproduct is you're going to start to feel better. You're going to have more energy and you'll lose some weight. So you'll start feeling better about myself. Um, so I think allowing yourself to be vulnerable shows that, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that because you guys, I've said this 1,000 times in my other videos. This has been a real challenge for me this year because I have never been like this in a very long time. And asking subscribers or strangers to share and help you, that's not easy. That's not easy because you open yourself up for ridicule and mean comments and a lot of things I have to filter. And I'm not one of those people who ask for the sake of asking because it's no fun to have people look at you like that and treat you like that. And can I tell you, when I got this tooth pulled, I looked in the mirror and I felt less than a woman. I was like, I don't do drugs, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I'm losing my teeth. And I just felt so ugly and so unattractive, and I didn't even want to smile. It's like like the tooth pulled out my smile. And so I started having all these feelings like, man, you know, that you just don't feel the same. And everybody like, okay, well, why don't you just get a bridge? Or why don't you get this? Or why don't you just get that? And I'm thinking, I don't have the money to do that. You know, it's all I could do to keep my head above water. And then my son had an issue last week and came and cleaned out my account for what I had that I was saving to help him. And so it's like I'm just to the point now where I really just want to get out of here. I'm just ready to get back to a life for myself. My mom said something that was profound and it kind of helped spark this journey that I'm on now. She said, "Erica, you had 5 children. You clothed them, you sent them to private school, you put a roof over their head, they had clothes, you took them everywhere you went, you provided for them, you helped them go to college. It's only you now. You only have to provide for you now. If you could do it for 5, you could do it for 1." And I was thinking, she's right. I got to do something, you know. And so I tried to get this second wind to be like, you know what? I'm just going to get up and I'm just going to do it and I'm going to make it happen. And then it seemed like something came and just kind of took it away. And today, um, was a day that I really missed Cedric. Like I really, really missed him. It was like I couldn't say, honey, the water's leaking, right? What and he go out there and he's like, oh, it's no problem, you know, I got it, you know, it's taken care of. The back I ordered some lights. Thanks to some of you who did donate to my GoFundMe, I was able to order my lights for the truck. And I did a video because I changed that out by myself. I was so excited. So I did a video of me doing the whole thing and it should post hopefully tomorrow. It should be uploaded. I was trying to get it in today, but it's taking forever to upload. And so I was really proud of myself. But when that box came, I missed him because I was always able to say, honey, here. And he just kind of took care of it. We had our roles, right? And the things I could depend on him, and I just had to tell him and it was done. Those now are on my plate. So now I not only am I worried about finances, but I'm worried about maintenance for the truck, the house, and all this stuff. And it's been a an adjustment for me. It really has. And so here I am, and I'm saying I'm making some changes, and I'm sharing with you some changes that I'm making because I know it's time to do something about the way I've been feeling. And I can't continue to feel like that. Like I can't continue to just feel like nothing. I got to fight back the depression. I got to fight back the anxiety. And I know that there are going to be times that I might lose those battles, but I can't lose them all the time. And that's what I've been doing. I've been losing them all the time. And when it feels like the waves crash over you and like you can't catch your breath, you can't just see over the water and it just keeps coming down and it's hard for you to get your breath, those things become overwhelming for you. But um I'm getting up and I'm making some changes and I'm saying, you know what? I'm gonna have to change a couple things, and I'm gonna start with what I'm eating. I'm gonna change from the inside out. I'm gonna start changing what I'm putting into my body, because if I'm already struggling with loneliness and sadness and self-worth, and I'm already looking in the mirror and I'm feeling like I'm not pretty enough, I got my tooth missing, so now I don't want to smile. I got to do something about those feelings. And I don't want to be putting things in my mouth that make me feel worse, or to make me feel even more sluggish or compound on my depression, right? So I'm now embarking on this journey that I need to be eating things that are going to be healthy, that are going to be good for me, that is going to improve my mood. And it can't be sugary treats all the time. I'm not saying that it can't be every now and then as a treat to yourself. It just be my go-to response. And so for all those who are living by yourself or dealing with the issues, we can do this. Like we can do this. We can look in the kitchen and say, nope, I don't need to eat that. Address why I feel sad. I feel sad for a legitimate reason. And I'm sure you feel sad for a legitimate reason. And I think if we can validate that it's okay, that you're sad for a good reason, because this is going on, and kind of work through that, then you won't be looking for the chips to do that, or the ice cream to do that, or the gummy bears, or whatever your vice is. Because I think a lot of times we become fat because we feel like we don't have a voice. And eating is just a way that we internalize our feelings of sadness or feeling invisible or not feeling pretty enough. And you kind of give into those feelings because for a moment it don't hurt so bad. Well, I think I'm ready to just deal with what's hurting me and get past that and move on to a healthier place and be a healthier version of myself. And I'm discovering that about Erica. And so I'm happy that I can take this journey with you guys. And I'm really, really, really trying to get out of here. And so getting y'all's help is what it's going to take. And I'm not going to lie to you, because I make enough for week to week to just keep going. And I need to get to where the work is. I need to get where people are hiring so I can get something coming in and be able to do some stuff and get out of the funk I'm in. Sometimes you have to change person, place, and thing, right? You got to change where you are, what you're doing, and who you're with. And so I'm at the point now where I'm ready to change my surroundings, and I'm ready to get out and just discover outside, and just discover other people and spend time with people and nurture some serious relationships. But I know, and I'm trying to stay focused, and I want everybody else to stay focused as well. So this one, I'm just trying to keep y'all motivated in whatever it is that you're wanting to do. And if it helps you and improve your mood, do it. And the most important part of all of this is not self-help, right? This is just a component that goes along with another component. I don't know any of you or any of y'all's spiritual beliefs. But I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe that He cares for us. I believe that He loves us. I don't believe He's some deity in the sky. I don't refer to Him as the man upstairs, because I think He's so much more than that. And he deserves so much more than be referred to as a homeboy when He died on the cross for us, right? So when I read in the morning and I have my devotion, I have to read it twice sometimes, because first time it don't stick. But I think David said it best in Psalms, where he said he was young, but now he's old, and he's never seen the righteous forsaken or his seed begging for bread. Meaning that the Lord comes through for His people. He takes care of them. And right now I'm going through this valley. Things just seem like He's forgotten about me, and it just seemed hard. And I cry out to Him and I ask Him to send me some help. And I think He answers me in little ways, right? Like today, sending my neighbor to come over and kind of help me troubleshoot what's going on with the camper. Sending two of you guys to donate to my GoFundMe that helped me get my lights to for the back of the truck, for the YouTube channel that showed me how to change the lights, right? So now I can work at night, because I would have to come home early. And for my one of my sons, who called me out of the blue last week, and he knew that I had gotten my tooth pulled and I wasn't able to work, and he was like, "Mom, I'm going to pay for your sight for you this week." And so that made it possible for me to even just stay here another week. And so God is answering my prayers. And I am having these like counting my blessing moments, that even though I have my list is long and there's a lot to do on it, He's still there helping me with my list, right? And I'm tearful, because I think it's so easy to be ungrateful, right? It's so easy to look at the hardship, because it is hard. It is hard. And I think we have a Father in heaven that can sympathize with us, and that He feels our hurt, and He knows it's not easy, because He lived here too, right? And I'm trying to be faithful and patient, but it just seems like the waves keep drowning me. And so I need to do something. Like, I feel like I need to be doing something. So when one of you said make the GoFundMe, I was like, who's gonna give to that? Nobody cares about some girl on YouTube needing help, right? And I did it. One day I was riding in the car, and a voice was like, "What can it hurt? Just do it. You never know. It might get in front of the right person, and they might have compassion on you. You just never know." And so that day, all I could say, because I was in the valley, man. I was down in that valley. All I could say that day was, "Lord, I trust you. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I don't know how I'm gonna get new tires for this truck. I don't know how I'm gonna get that check engine light off. I don't know how I'm gonna get caught up on 4 months worth of car payments. I don't know how I'm gonna get this stuff done, but I trust you. I'm looking for a job, and all the campgrounds are telling me no, because they don't want to give me the Sabbath off. And I'm like, I trust you, Lord. If that's not where I'm supposed to be, and that door's closed, I need a door open." And all I could say was, "I trust you," because I don't have a plan. I'm doing the best in my human efforts that I know to do. And so I had to say, "I trust you. I trust you." I mean, I'm going through this for a reason. My husband walked out for a reason. You know, my kids stopped talking to me for a reason. But I trust you. I'm hurting. I'm sad, but I know that you haven't left me. And so I'm still holding on to the promise that something's good is going to come from all this. And I cannot wait to do that video where I'm like, y'all, you will not believe what God just did, because I know he's going to. But while I'm waiting, it ain't easy. But there are some things that I can do to improve how I'm feeling about my weight. And that's, Erica, cut some things out. Don't eat your feelings. Don't get bigger. Lord knows, don't do that. You know, there's some things you can do to improve your wellness. There's some things to improve your mood. There's some things that can help you get out of the funk you're in. So I thought, okay, well, that'll be a good live to share with everybody, because I've been gone for a week. And I got to tell you guys, I feel really guilty that I haven't been able to like just bring you steady content of travels and things to do. And I watch other people's videos, and I have to stop doing that, because it make you almost, you don't want to be jealous of somebody else's journey, but you wonder how can they keep doing that, and they're not doing anything different than what you're doing, and you're stuck and they're moving. And then I have to say, Lord, I trust you. I trust you. I don't know why things are happening the way they're happening, but I trust you, because I don't know what else to do. So that's where I am right now. You're all caught up from last week. And so I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to stay positive. I'm just trying to stay motivated. I want to do things that help keep me happy. I want to get on here and I want to make you guys, motivate you, that we can keep having dialogue and talking, and you guys could be happy. As much as I would love to have your support, whether it's for the GoFundMe or the Patreon page, that would help a lot. I understand at the same time. And so I hope that some of these tips, my story, I like sharing my story, because you know what? When I was first going through things, I didn't know anybody else was going through it either, because where I come from, you just don't talk about that kind of stuff. Mental health was not a thing, You didn't talk about it. You'd be times you needed therapy and you wasn't getting no therapy. Snap out of it. They didn't say you weren't going to get this therapy. It's just that wasn't an option. It was more like snap out of it. It's going to be all right. Get over there. Walk it off kind of thing, and you can only push stuff down like that for so long before you start to break. And I think having my children, the Lord knew what I needed, because that was the best diversion I ever had. I had them as a teenager, but I don't regret 1 second of having my children and bringing them into this world, because they saved my life. They saved my life. They gave me purpose. They gave me a reason to get out of bed in the morning. They loved me in a way that I couldn't feel before. And so I guess that's why it's so devastating now, since they're all adults, and then you find yourself back where you were back then. But we're going to rebuke that in the name of Jesus. So we're going to start by taking those things out of our diet that make us feel bad, that is designed to make you think that it improves your mood, but it really just tears your body down. So remember what I said: heart healthy things, anything that ends with berry, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, good for your heart. Stuff, leafy greens, antioxidants, good for the blood. You want to eat those things. Kale, spinach, broccoli, chard, bok choy, all those leafy green lettuce, salads, not that iceberg stuff. Iceberg is just empty calories. It's not healthy for you. So stop eating it. Get you something with some rich green antioxidants in it. See, I know this stuff, so there's no reason for me to look like this. I choose to eat crap because those are things that bring me temporary happiness. But I'm not looking for temporary happiness anymore. I'm looking to improve Erica. I'm discovering who 46-year-old Erica is, and I need to improve her mental health, and I'm going to do it with one snack food at a time. So I'm taking those things off the list. I got off soda a long time ago, and I thought that was hard, but I'm doing good. I like the carbonated water drinks. I like those, so I just drink those. And so I'm trying, you guys, and I just hope that you'll be there at the finish line with me. I thought about giving up on YouTube. I was like, I'm no YouTuber. I don't have all the fancy gadgets. I don't know other YouTubers. I don't know people like that. Me and Sarah met briefly, but she's moved past me, right? So I don't collab. I don't do all that stuff. I'm just a girl who lives in a camper who just trying to survive one day at a time and sprinkling in some adventure in between that. And so I can't be nobody but myself. And so if you're new to this channel, I welcome. I appreciate you hanging out with me this long. I hope that you would subscribe and hit the notification bell so whenever I get a chance to go on, we could be together. And if you don't mind, all of you all are here. If you could give me a thumbs up, that really does help my channel. I don't know how, but it does. Love you, Jocelyn. And yeah, so we're gonna end this because I know I've been on a long time, but I just want to thank you guys. And if you would like to, in the description, which is right up under the title, is my information. It's my stuff there for my GoFundMe. I would appreciate your help if you could. I know everybody can't do a lot. I'm not looking for you to do a lot, but if you could, that would be great. I would appreciate that because there's just so much that has to be done. And the truth is, it's going to take a little bit more effort outside of me. And hopefully, we could get back on the road together and have some adventures. So I love you guys. I miss you. I miss spending time with you all. I hope you hang in there with me to the end as I take this journey. I don't know what's going to happen or where it's going to take me. All I know is that, Lord, I trust you wherever you take me to. And I'm just grateful that you guys came and hung out with me because I don't get a whole lot of human interaction anymore. As you can see, Noodle didn't even bother to come over. He sleep with his feet up in the air. He over there knocked out. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next live. But check out my video of me changing those lights by myself. I was pretty proud of that. And see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. I love you. Bye. Gotta find the end button. It's so awkward.